Foundation of Business Communication by Gregory M. Rossler. Basics of Communications, Components, Verbal Barriers, and Mediums. Communication is an important component of our lives. Our words become the messages the people around us receive. Communication is the process of sending and receiving these messages. Understanding how to communicate effectively is a vital skill to develop. A clear message must be sent, received, and understood to be effective in business and facilitate operational efficiency. There are 6 components of business communications. A stimulus creates a need to communicate. The receiver will filter the communication through their own knowledge and experience. The information being shared is the message. The medium is the form of the message. The destination is where the receiver takes control of the message. Feedback is the receiver's reaction to the message and becomes a new message for the original sender to receive. Once a stimulus has created a need to communicate, the sender must determine the context of the message, determine the objective of the message, choose the medium for the message, and finally, construct the message. Once the message reaches its destination, the receiver must interpret the meaning of the message, provide feedback on the message. The receiver has become the new sender, and the cycle repeats itself. Information must be shared in a timely and appropriate manner within the organization. Downward communication is the flow of information from upper management to the workforce. This can be achieved by using cascading communications through the different levels of management within the organization. Upward communication is the flow of information and concerns from the workforce back to upper management, while lateral communication allows employees to coordinate plans, offer support, and overcome difficulties in the workplace. Be careful of creating unintentional verbal barriers in your communications. Know enough about the topic and the audience to express your message with precision. Be aware of possible differences in interpretation by the receiver. Avoid ambiguity and abstraction. Avoid using unprofessional language or euphemisms the receiver may not understand. Avoid using unnecessary jargon that may alienate or mislead the receiver. Use objective, concrete terminology that is easily understood. When communicating verbally, do your best to make your actions mirror your message. Avoid using body language or facial expressions that conflict with the message. Avoid displaying a lack of professionalism. Avoid using an inappropriate level of formality. Avoid expressing inappropriate emotion. Be aware of distractions which may hinder the ability of the receiver to concentrate on the message. There are many communication mediums, including traditional written communications in brochures, newsletters, and journals, oral communication mediums, such as meetings and presentations, and technological communication mediums, like email, instant messaging, and social media. Written communications, emails, memos, letters, and reports are all integral means of sharing information in today's business environment. Emails and memos are used for daily communications and as introductions to larger, more detailed documents. Letters are sent to initiate sales, offer congratulations, condolences, and as simple goodwill missives to maintain relationships. Reports are written for a variety of purposes with the goal of sharing more detailed information required for making important decisions. Writing is a 5-step process. First, analyze the audience to determine the tone and formality of the writing. Second, plan the rough outline for how the product should read. Third, draft the message. Concentrate on substance, not style. Fourth, revise the message. Now is the time to worry about the style of the writing. Fifth, proofread the work. Be careful to analyze for content, style, and correctness. Make sure the document conveys the message you are trying to send and all necessary information is included and correct. Organize the writing by grouping relevant topics into appropriate categories. Determine the proper approach for the message. The direct approach presents the conclusions of the work up front, followed by recommendations and supportive facts. The indirect approach presents supportive evidence first to help guide the receiver to agree with your conclusion. Style is an important consideration with any written document and is the expression of the ideas contained within the message. Write clearly and concisely, making sure the information is accurate and complete. Avoid cliches, platitudes, and unnecessary technical jargon. Use a variety of sentence types. Simple sentences are used for emphasis. Compound sentences contain related ideas. Complex sentences contain one main idea with a related idea which cannot stand alone. Use the active voice when the subject of the sentence performs the verb action. Use a passive voice when the subject of the sentence receives the verb action. Emphasize major ideas by using short, simple sentences. Place major ideas either first or last in the document. Use an active voice. Use language that conveys the importance of the information. Use repetition within reason. Use mechanical design elements like bullet points or italics. Be sure to stress what can be done and its importance to the receiver. Make sure to revise your writing for content, style, and correctness. When revising the writing, check carefully to ensure wording is clear and concise. A variety of sentence types have been used and used appropriately. Every sentence links smoothly to other sentences before and after in a coherent manner. Paragraphs are unified to present a consistent idea in a logical manner. Maintain an appropriate paragraph length of 60 to 80 words. Use subordination to acknowledge possible problems while emphasizing the correctness of your conclusions. Use positive language while stressing the benefits to the receiver. Proofreading is your last opportunity to assess the quality and effectiveness of your message. If possible, enlist a trusted associate to proofread the writing. They may call attention to any errors. They should receive the same message you are trying to send. If not, ask for feedback and make corrections. Failure to proofread may lead to sending an incomplete or incorrect message, and you may lose credibility with the receiver. All business communications have ethical responsibilities and possible legal consequences. Professional ethics are defined by the company, social ethics are defined by the culture, and personal ethics are defined by the individual. All must be considered in context of the message being sent because of the impact they have on how the message will be received. Anything written or recorded may become public through the course of legal discovery. Follow fair use, copyright, and financial disclosure laws. You are the sender, but the company may be held to account for the message being sent on your behalf. This has been the Foundations of Business Communications by Gregory M. Rossler. Thank you for watching.